Alright, welcome back everybody to the final Heroes of Might and Magic 5 dual mode series of video. This is just the follow-up, everything that we have been waiting for. I have all of the numbers here from all of the wins and losses from the entire series. We're going to go over it, see after 90 something videos who is actually the best hero in the series, as well as all three heroes combined per faction as well, see who has the best faction. So we will be going for heroes first and starting from the worst hero down. There are a lot of ties, so I just added it up and keep them in their respective things. So we have, for example, eventually I think there's 3 people tied for 3, so that's just, 3 people get third. I'm not gonna do anything more than that, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are new here, go back, watch the series, be sure to catch up, even try to keep track yourself to see who you guys think should win. And we will start with the worst hero in the series based on wins and losses overall, which is Mr. Centaur here. Mr. Centaur went 4-19. He came in as hero number 15. So again, the worst hero in the series. Honestly, I feel like the AI just kind of fucked him up. He definitely deserved to be higher based on his spells and everything. He just pretty much did not use him. I'm not gonna lie. That definitely would have saved him a lot. At least made him a little bit better in this series for sure. I'm not saying he would have won, but unfortunately, Centaur is the worst hero in this series. So if you chose him in the beginning, you are the most wrong you could be. And then we will go number 14. Let me see, we have 2 people tied with number 14 here. And it is one of them who started off the absolute worst, one of the only heroes to go 0-7, which was Sir Nimus here. He is tied for number 14, or tied for the second worst hero in the series, also with Mr. Razak here. So Nimus was actually our first hero ever to go 0-7 in this series. We actually did have one other person in the entire series go 0-7 to match that, which was a surprising person. We'll get to that later. But after that, Nimus pretty much didn't catch up. In round 3, he did actually go positive, which definitely made him not be the worst hero in this series, which Centaur, we'll go back to him 2-5, 1-6, 1-6, and 0-2. And then Nimus 0-7, 1-6, 4-3, and then 0-2. And then Mr. Razak here for Academy, which is obviously Centaur is the worst dungeon hero, Nimus is the worst Inferno hero. Now we know that Razak here is the worst Academy hero, going 5-18 with 2-5, 2-5, 1-6, and 0-2. Which ties with Nimus 5-18, Centaur 4-19. And then we go to number 13 here. I'm going to just try to make sure nobody else is tied. Nobody is. So number 13, actually big surprise, we're not moving very far. 1 over to Miss Yora. She went 6-17 to take the number 13 spot, which obviously is not good. And she went 2-5, 1-6, 1-6, and then actually 2-0 against her fellow teammates. That definitely, like I said, that round 4 actually made a difference for a lot of people on where they placed, not only in general but also in their faction as well. So number 13 for Miss Yora. She is not tied, the only one to go in spot 13. Spot 12, still in the worser side of all of this. We actually have a tie here as well of 2. Let me be sure to cross them out so I don't miss anybody or skip anybody. But this is actually the second person and only two of the two to go 0-7 in the series, which is a surprise to me for this person. Dariel here is tied for 12th, which went 7-16, so 4-3, then 3-4, and then 0-7, and then 0-2. So started off okay, and then never won a fight after, pretty much. And then also tied for 12th here, which also obviously went 7-16. And that also makes Dariel the worst Sylvan hero, by the way, which we will going to be a long time until we see the next Sylvan here. I'm going to go ahead and, spoil that a little bit. But Miss Urena here for Dungeon, which is not the worst Dungeon hero, which obviously we know Centaur is, but not too far after him, which is unfortunate for Dungeon. We will get to them and see what place they take. As you can guess, as I'm going over everybody's win-losses, when we get to the faction win-losses totals, you'll probably be able to tell pretty much who's where. But Miss Urena, 1-6, 3-4, 2-5, and then 1-1. So in the end, she never had a positive one. She did go even in the final fight, or final round, I should say, but again, overall, not a winning record. And then that brings us to who is all tied for 11, which is actually the most people thus far tied. I think it's actually tied for the most of ties. We're going to start down here with Miss Ebba, who is obviously now the worst fortress hero in this series. So Miss Ebba goes 8-15, like everybody else, tied for the 11th worst hero in the series, or best, however you want to put it. So she went 2-5, 4-3, 2-5, and 0-2. So at least she did have a winning record for one round, but that's the most she could ever get, which is just by one. Overall, not well. And then, surprisingly, we have a tie for the worst stronghold heroes, both 8-15. Miss Garuna, or it's actually Garuna's a man, I think. I could be wrong. It looks like a woman, but for some reason I read it might be a dude. Anyway, say it again. So Garuna and Haggish, 8-15, tied for the 11th spot. So they are tied for the second or third hero of Stronghold here. So Garuna here goes 1-6, 2-5, 3-4, and then 2-0 to end the series. And actually, what is surprising, I'll go ahead and spoil this a little bit. For round 4, Stronghold heroes all went 2-0. So they every fight the red player won, which is crazy. So Garuna went 2-0. Then Haggish fought Garuna and Shaq 2-0. Then Shaq fought them 2-0. That's crazy work right there. Then Haggish, 2-5, 2-5, 2-5, and then 2-0. So again, like I was saying, pretty much throughout the series, Garuna and Haggish, the biggest thing that destroyed both of them is this Cyclops with the club right here. While that Cyclops is good and can be absolutely devastating to enemy units, it's also super devastating to your own units. So super high risk, at best medium reward, I feel like. But yeah, so they are tied for second or third for the Stronghold hero. Obviously, that leaves Shaq to be the best Stronghold hero, but he is not up yet for a little bit. So then we have the 10th best or worst hero, which is no tie. It's just straight up 10th Miss Daedra here. So like throughout the series, there's definitely some of those heroes that have been better or worse in duel mode just based on who they actually are, you know, what they are good at, what they are not good at, and their creatures and everything like that. I think Daedra is definitely one of those heroes that just is not necessarily built for duel mode and what she does. She obviously didn't do terrible, but she's definitely on the lower end of the pack for sure. So Miss Daedra went 10 and 13, going 2 and 5, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, and then 0 and 2. So she did at least have some positive records in there overall, but just still could not get ahead with it. So then we go to spot number 9, which is also not tied. And we are now seeing our very first Haven hero coming in the 9th spot, Mr. Vittorio. Going 6 and 1 to start, super strong start, drops off to 2 and 5, improves a tiny bit by 1 to 3 and 4, and then 0 and 2, and loses to his comrades there, going 11 and 12, being the worst Haven hero, and actually Daedra is then the worst Acropolis hero as well from the last hero. So. And then number 8 is actually tied for both of those factions. So Mr. Klaus here, since we're right here, takes the number 8 spot with Raven. Both of them obviously going 12 and 11. And actually the first positive win-loss ratio heroes in the series. So Vittorio was the last one that had a negative. Now we're getting into the actual quote-unquote good heroes. So Miss Raven here, 5 and 2, 2 and 5, 3 and 4, and then 1 and 1. So pretty back and forth battle there. Mr. Klaus here stayed pretty even overall, 4 and 3, 3 and 4, back to 4 and 3, and then 1 and 1. And definitely some of his wins were definitely because of his resurrection that he gets when they do lose. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in light magic or whatever, but we can't see it. Oh, here it is. Fallen Dead, yeah, gains some dead troops or whatever to have him possibly win that. Definitely. Actually, I lied. I am so sorry. We are triple tie. Um, Seeing the second Inferno person coming in with Deleb as well. She is also tied for 8th. This is why I'm trying to cross people out. So I'm sorry. So she is also tied for the first positive heroes I got when more wins than losses. The only positive ones so far. She went 4 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, and 1 and 1. So same, literally exact same as Klaus. But she's obviously not the worst Inferno hero, so good for her. Okay. And then we have 7th place. 7th place is a tie between 2. I'm just double checking here. So we see our last Academy hero going here in 7th place. Still has a positive win-loss, so the best Academy hero in the series is Mr. Glib here, 13 and 10, going 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, and then 1 and 1. So positive or even in every single round goes Glib for the best Academy hero in the series. So give it up for Glib. He tried to carry these fools. He unfortunately could not. And then tied with him at 7 is Carly, which is the second Fortress hero, also obviously going 13 and 10. But Carly actually had a crazy comeback, so 3 and 4, then 3 and 4, then 6 and 1, which absolutely boosted him up, and then 1 and 1 to end it. So going 6 and 1 in round 3 that late definitely was a huge difference maker for him and where he was placed for sure. So now we go to spot number 6, the 6th best hero, or no ties, but 6th best hero in the series overall. Mr. Shaq here, which is the best Stronghold hero in the series, so give it up for Shaq here. He did his best, 15 and 8 he goes. Not many too many people better than him, obviously being in 6th place. So he went 4-3, 4-3, 5-2, and then 2-0. So, you know, he did his best to carry the Stronghold faction for sure. If those other two dummies wouldn't have had the Cyclops with the club, it probably would have been a different story. But then coming in solo here at 5th place, and the last dungeon hero, best dungeon hero in the series, give it up for Lethos, trying to carry them all the way. Mr. Lethos goes 16-7, so 3-4 actually, and then 5-2, 6-1, and 2-0. So he definitely changed it around. Obviously, some of the first heroes are some of the best that you're probably figuring out and adding up thus far. So started off pretty bad. Well, I mean, he still almost went even, but still, 3-4, and then 5-2, 6-1, 2-0 with 16-7 win-loss ratio record there. So then coming in at 4th, let me make sure. Yep, only one at 4. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, everybody. So hopefully, obviously, let me know down in the comments who you guys had winning it all, and where they are placed in the area, or even who you thought would do terrible and did not, or vice versa. Number 4, and the last Fortress hero, so the best Fortress hero in the series. Again, clapping for these number 1s. You gotta give them credit trying to. Number 4, Mr. Helmer, with 17-6 as his record, 6-1, 4-3, 5-2, and 2-0. So a little wishy-washy in the middle there, but overall, very, very strong hero in the series. Definitely was a problem for a whole lot of people, for sure. Obviously, being 4th will do that to you. And then we have a 3-way tie for 3rd. A 3-way tie for 3rd. The 1 and 2 spot is guaranteed. We know who actually is the best hero in the series. There's no tie for 1st or 2nd. So there's that. A 3-way tie for 3rd. We will start with the person that is not the best on their faction, but tied for 3rd. Miss Anwin here. Miss Anwin here in 3rd, going 19-4 like everybody else in 3rd, tied for it. 7-0 start, which is actually the best start in the series, and one of the only people to go 7-0 at all in the series. So give it up for her. And then drop off, 4-3, still positive though. Great. And then again coming back, 7-0. Still one of the only heroes to do that in the entire series. And then 1-1 to end it. So a great run for Anwin, and is still not the best hero. That 4-3 really killed her, and going 1-1 definitely kept her out of the spotlight there. So then we will go to right next to her, the best Necropolis hero in the series and tied for 3rd place, Mr. Orson. I am actually insanely surprised that he did this well. I really am. I am a Necropolis main, if you have not figured that out throughout the series. Necropolis was the first faction I ever played in Heroes of Might and Magic at all. He was not my first hero, but still. So I'm always going to love Necropolis. I'm glad that they actually surprised me and did well. Don't get me wrong, Necropolis is a great army, but I wasn't sure how they would do in duel mode in comparison to being able to like build up their army like they can in multiplayer. But Mr. Orson, 19-4, goes 5-2, 6-1, 6-1, and 2-0. So his worst was just how he started, which was still a very strong start. So give it up for Orson for carrying as much of Necropolis as he could. And we will get to everybody's win-loss ratio for their towns here in a moment. So still be sure to like and subscribe if you don't want any more spoilers. If you've already gotten spoiled, go back, watch it all. But you guys have been absolutely killing it with the watch time, so I appreciate it if you are still here trying to figure out who won it all. Mr. Marbus, still we are tied for 3 here. This is the last person in third. Mr. Marbus, the best Inferno hero of the series. I know, probably dumb we're giving them claps, but they deserve it. They fought hard to be in first for their faction anyway. So Mr. Marbus, again 19-4, literally the same exact Orson had, 5-2, 6-1, 6-1, and 2-0. To go 19-4 and be the best Inferno hero in this series, and tied for third best hero in this series, which is fantastic. And now the final 2. If you haven't figured out who the final 2 are, you are about to. So, me personally, like I said in the very beginning of the series, I don't remember exactly what video it was, but it was definitely early, where I said Oser is going to be the best hero in the series. He's gonna win, that's what I thought. I was so fucking close. Mr. Oser is second. He goes 21-2. The best Sylvan hero in the series, obviously. Anwin's right behind him. But Oser gets second. So he goes 6-1, which is an amazing start. 7-0, again, one of the only heroes in the series to go 7-0. 6-1 again, and then 2-0. 21-2 this man went. He only lost to 2 people, and I believe actually one of them was Irina, and I actually don't remember the second person. It actually may have been Anwin, or no, it actually couldn't have been Anwin. I don't remember who the second person was actually, which is crazy. So give it up, round of applause. The best Haven hero and the best hero in Duel Mode series is Miss Irina from Haven, going 22-1. And I actually believe her only loss is to Oser. If I remember right, I believe that is her one and only loss. I'm not sure who Oser lost to in round 1. I'm guessing it was a fluke. Or maybe it wasn't Oser that actually beat her. Maybe it was somebody else. I'm pretty sure it was her, or him. I could be wrong. But give it up for Miss Irina. 22-1, 6-1, 7-0, 7-0, and then 2-0. So again, one of the only 3 heroes went 7-0 at all in the series. 2 of them from Sylvan, and then the other one is Miss Irina here in first. So there you have it, guys. 90 something videos, but we are not done yet. We have the faction win-loss ratio. To still go over. So again, we will start from worst to best faction. Hopefully by now you guys have kind of figured that out. It's not too difficult, but I am still surprised, because obviously some of the heroes were mixed and matched there. So 8th place, the worst faction in Duel Mode series, goes 24-45. That is their record. Is Academy. Obviously, you guys probably guessed that with how early Razak and Yora came in, and then Glib was actually the only Academy hero that had a positive win-loss ratio, coming in at number 7. But Academy is the worst town faction in Duel Mode series. It is official. You saw it here first, probably. And thankfully there are no ties here in the towns. So 7th with a 27-42 record, only 3 more wins than Academy, is Dungeon. So 27-42 goes Dungeon for 7th out of 8 faction. And obviously Letos carried as much as he can, but he couldn't carry it all. I mean, having the worst hero in the series, literally, and then one that's not too far behind him, and then Letos getting 5th. He did his best, but unfortunately Dungeon goes 7th. 6th, which I am actually surprised about in ways, but like I said, which I'll get to, the 6th place town faction went 31-38, so still overall a negative win-loss ratio, is because of the goddamn Cyclops with the club. It is Stronghold coming in at 6th. I'm so upset by that, honestly. It should have not been them coming in at 6th. I thought they were going to do better, but that Cyclops with the club fucking up Garuna and Haggish, and making them go 8-15 both respectively, definitely set their team back. But not by much, because coming in at 5th with a 36-33, our first positive win-loss ratio as a faction, coming in at 5th, is Inferno. I definitely thought Inferno was going to be just destroyed because of Nymus, because obviously he's 14th, and he was our only 2 heroes went 0-7, and he was the first one, and that was in round 1, and then we didn't see our other 0-7 hero until round 3. But yeah, Inferno actually still had a positive win-loss ratio. Deleb was solid. She actually did have a positive win-loss ratio by 1. And then Marbus was tied for 3rd and best hero in the series, so he definitely helped carry them for sure. Both absolutely carried Nymus, going 5-18, but Inferno is 5th. So 3rd, again, still a positive win-loss ratio, but we're in the 30s, so not by a whole lot still. 38-31, and 4th, take a guess, is Fortress. Fortress was overall pretty solid. They obviously did have some losing records for some of their heroes. Actually, only one is Ebba, which was 8-15. Carly and Helmer both went positive. Carly was in 7th, Helmer was in 4th, so Carly did way better than I thought he would, honestly, which definitely he was carried in round 3. That definitely boosted him. So 3-4, 3-4, not a great start, obviously, and then 6-1 to come back in round 3 to make a huge difference for not only where he was placed, but also his team for sure. But yeah, Spearmen are fucking terrible, so I thought he was gonna get just destroyed for the most part, but he won. He did well. So then 3rd place. Obviously, we're getting into the nitty gritty. This is a lot of the best heroes where they were on average. 3rd place, 41-28. First team to get into the 40s. 41-28. In 3rd is my boys, the Undead Boys, Necropolis. I'm actually very proud of them. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Orson being the zombie lord, zombies are not the greatest creatures in the game. We all know this. Daedra not being insanely built for dual mode, but did did okay. And then Raven wasn't even the best Necropolis hero, but still she did well. She held her own. Positive win-loss ratio. So Necropolis in 3rd. I'm proud of my boys. Again, I didn't think they would do amazing in dual mode just because obviously Necropolis thrives on building their army in longer ways than a preset build. But Necropolis comes in third, and then first and second. So obviously hero-wise, it was super close. I mean, we had two people from Sylvan going third and then second, and then Irina takes number one for Haven. But as a faction, in second place, only by two, at 45 and 24 goes second place, and that is Haven. So while Irina won Best Hero in the series by one fight over Oser from Sylvan, Sylvan actually wins Best Faction overall by two fights, going 47 and 22. Sylvan is number one for the factions. Haven is a very close second, so definitely honestly what killed Sylvan from being even way more than this is Dariel going 0-7 in round 3 and being in 12th, one of the worst heroes in the series. That definitely killed them as a faction, but they still won because, honestly, because of Anwen. I mean, obviously Oser came in second, but 7-0 twice for Anwen, 7-0 once, and 6-1 twice for Oser pushed them forward. But we'll go back to second place for Haven. Second place for Haven definitely is because Vittorio and Klaus going 11 and 12 and then 12 and 11 respectively crushed their dreams for Irina. Irina couldn't pull off the double-double there of 22 and 1, being the best hero in the series, but getting second as a faction because of her faction hero friends there. So Sylvan goes first, which I actually had them switched, which is actually crazy now that I think about it. So I had Oser winning and as the hero, and then Haven winning as the faction. But it turns out Irina wins, Oser gets second, and then Sylvan is the best faction, and Haven goes second. So I was as close as you could get without getting either right. But that is the final video of Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Duel Mode series that I have done. We will be playing Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era when it comes out. By the time you guys are seeing this, it probably is out, hopefully, as long as I have not pushed the date back. But please do not forget to like and subscribe. Check out all my other videos of not only Heroes of Might and Magic 5, but any other game and other Heroes games as well. We already do have Olden Era videos out on the channel. But I appreciate you guys being here. You guys have killed the likes, the subs, and of course, and by an insane amount, the watch time on these videos for this dual mode series. So definitely boosted my channel up. We are making our way downtown to be able to actually monetize. We still need some more subs, so please, if you're interested, give it to me. But we will see you guys in some future videos. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now, actually. I mean, I have some stuff working on in the background, but it's been go 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 with this dual mode series, trying to get it done before Olden Era comes out, and because I actually enjoy it and it's pumping out videos for the channel as well. So you guys also, down in the description, follow me on Twitch. Could have been here live for any part of the series and future parts. We will see you guys in